Welcome to part 2. If you missed part 1, it's just the video right before this. Even before Princess Diana's tragic death, the prince and his girlfriend were looking at improving their public image. So they hired a spin doctor as Charles's private secretary, a gentleman by the name of Mark Boland. Yes, he was brought on when Camilla and Charles were only dating. He was therefore Charles's private secretary, but a big part of his job was making Camilla palatable to the press, the palace, and the public. Operation Parker Bowles. You want to hear the craziest thing about this man? Before he was first appointed the assistant private secretary to Prince Charles, he was the director of the PCC from 1992 to 1996. The PCC is the Press Complaints Commission. They are a self-regulatory body that's in charge of overseeing ethical journalistic I'm sorry. I can't. It's just... The jokes write themselves. Kind of reminds me how Joseph Kennedy Sr. under President Roosevelt was appointed to the newly independent SEC to basically find ways to make illegal the crime that he had done on Wall Street himself. He knew the media. He was close with the media. Then he came to work for the Prince of Wales and his girlfriend. Big thing I've seen people take away from this documentary is the fact that Mark Boland effectively spun a fake story about Harry going to rehab with his father to appease then News of the World editor Rebekah Wade, now Brooks, who was going to run with the story anyway. So Boland figured, why not get something for Charles out of this? And we're going to promote Charles as a good, caring, grieving father to help his reputation. But he cares about these kids. You know all of this from Prince Harry's book Spare. He writes about how the timeline and everything that is presented to him does not make sense. And he realizes chillingly that nobody is going to stop this. Boland admitted to spinning it in a 2003 piece with The Guardian. Here's another fun fact. Boland and his partner Guy Black were friends of Rebekah Wade and Ross Kemp, her first husband. A whole series on Rebekah Brooks. I also did some videos recently on her. She was the former editor of The Sun and also the now defunct News of the World that's under Murdoch. And he considers her like another daughter. She's one of the Harry Potter Horcruxes. Prince Harry Drugs of Shame piece came out in January 2002. What Mark Boland basically says is, what were we gonna do? We, quote, made the best of it. The best of it involved spinning a story and a timeline in such a way that it made it appear like Prince Charles was so concerned for his youngest son that he took him to rehab. Harry had visited Featherstone Lodge midsummer of 2021. But it wasn't to scare him straight, it was a royal engagement. But the evidence that News of the World had of Harry's mishaps happened nearer to September. So Boland and Brooks just fudged the timeline to make it all work so that this all happened before Harry went to Featherstone Lodge, making it appear that he went because Charles was so concerned for his grieving son that he took him to Featherstone Lodge and then allowed him to be massacred in the papers as a teenager to boost his own profile. But it wasn't just Prince Harry that was fed to the beast. Prince William was as well. It was different. You're not going to go as hard after the future king. But he also had his reasons to suspect and distrust Camilla. That's in the next video.